He's an idiot, he's a loser. And what he has coming towards him, what I have planning for him, is way greater than any video he's made. And when that arrives at his front door.
Do you guys remember Benny bend over? He's bending over real good, especially after I exposed him for being a broke bum bitch, living in his mama's basement asking her for $1,000 a month allowance like a little homeless bum. Well, you know his real name is Benjamin, right? But I was thinking, he should change his name again because he ain't got no Benjamins, that little bitch. And now he's mad at me for showing everybody that. But the thing is, I didn't have to do anything because that was all public record. Things that he wrote down with his own 2 fingers. Remember that nail he's got hanging out over there? He did it on his own. I didn't even have to do anything. Well, he's so mad that he thought it's a good idea to threaten my life like the asshole that he is. But this is the thing. You would think Benny would learn how many lessons I've already taught him. Does he want me to teach him another lesson? Well, I guess he does. So Benny, here's another lesson, you piece of shit. So before we start, like usual, especially with this guy, let's clown him here a bit because he posted something on Instagram and I saw it. I was like, I gotta show this to everybody.
No brick left behind. Just remember that.
So imagine you're in Home Depot, a nice Saturday, you're trying to get some supplies to fix some plumbing, do some landscaping in your house, you're minding your own business. And then you look down the aisle and you see this little bitch Benny thinking he's Van Damme from Bloodsport doing a dim mac on some bricks. Cause remember, he's the shithead who makes tricks with bricks. Imagine seeing this asshole doing that.
He's the American shithead who makes tricks with bricks.
And then, when he's doing that impression, right, I guess his other favorite movie is Lionheart, because he goes in the stance like Van Damme, just like the cover of that movie. So after I exposed him, for being a broke bitch, begging his poor mama for that $1,000 a month, we knew he's gonna respond. And he just waited a couple days, and this is what he had to say.
Hey, Bravo, you're a nice guy. But I'm not someone that's just going to let you speak to him this way. At the age of 18, I got sued for $51 million. Do you think after that, I would let myself be a target again? I own nothing, but I control every single room I walk into. You're right, I'm broke. I only got the hat. My mom took my car away. Psych.
Now, we all knew exactly what he's going to say because he was too embarrassed about being a bum. He doesn't want the world to know that. They already know he's a PDF file piece of shit. I mean, knowing that he's a bum and all that shit really wasn't his, which is, I'm going to tell you more in a moment, he knew his online career was over. So, of course, he's going to say, he hides his assets. But this is the thing. Is he that stupid? Yeah, we know he is because it's highly illegal. And the thing is about the California system. You can't just write what you want on that paper with no fact checking. They take income statements, they look at his bank accounts, they do all these types of checks. So I know he's a lying piece of shit. Secondly, the ex-wife, the Sharmuta woman who left him, which thankfully I'm happy for her that she left after we know what he did to all those girls. She would have known exactly the shit that he had because she was married to him. So if he was lying on that, she would have sued the shit out of him. Now bend over, let's play your game a little bit. Let's just say all this shit you're saying is true. All that shit is in another person's name. Then tell me why, all these years, the only address you have is at your mama's house. In fact, your poor wife that you married, you ain't got nowhere to live. you had to move her in there as well. And I checked this not only with the records, but the people that know you the most. Again, let's just say what you're saying is true. Then tell me this, why is that Porsche, you know that white Porsche you got where you and your brother do these stupid photo shoots together wearing the white outfits? That white Porsche, the Lamborghini Urus that you flaunt all over social media pretending they're yours, they're not yours. They're your brother's, you asshole. That big-nosed bitch Dylan. So he's got those cars and you are just sitting there pretending that they're yours. Now after he released that video, right, saying all the assets are in other people's names, he decided it was another good idea of his to threaten my life. And he thought it was going to be private because he put it on his little private Telegram that's got his little 10 little fans on there. But they made it public and I saw all the shit he had to say.
Guys, here's my response video to John Bravo. For you guys that don't know John Bravo, he's been doing everything in his power to assassinate my character for the past 12 months. He's worked very hard and made a lot of money off of promoting hate on King Azoulay.
First of all, you asshole, I'm not sitting here assassinating your character and making up all this shit about you, you shithead. All this shit that I've been saying is all in black and white and in court documents. So everything that I put out, you did it to yourself. Don't blame me. Secondly, you're saying I'm making all this money off of you. Well, the fact is, I made a lot of money off of Peggy, not you and not your bitch ass. You know why? Because the videos that I made on you are so bad and so evil and so dirty. YouTube wouldn't let me monetize it, but I did them anyway because you know why? I felt everybody needed to know what kind of a real piece of shit you were, so I didn't mind working for free.
I was 18, we had a great time, and I don't regret a second of it. My brother was a 14-year-old boy. I got jobs for multiple girls, just to make sure we're clear. Yeah, I was a G. Now, my brother who was 14, also some of the girls played with him, but my parents never pressed charges against anybody because we were just having fun. Now, let me remind you that if I went back there again, I would go over it again and again and again. I'll tell you why. Because there's nothing better than being an 18-year-old getting a job from 3 different at the same time. Now, f*** out of here. Let's have some fun.
And now, the best part where he decided to threaten my life. And this is the thing about this. This guy he's in a movie, right? So when he said this bullshit out of his mouth, I was like, what movie is he in now? Is it Scarface? Is it Goodfellas? I couldn't think of the scene.
He's an idiot. He's a loser. And what he has coming towards him, what I have planning for him, is way greater than any video he's made. And when that arrives at his front door, I guarantee you, he will be shocked. He will be shocked because he doesn't know what I'm cooking.
But then I was like, I remembered something. And you guys remember the movie 7 with Kevin Spacey and he puts poor Brad Pitt's wife's head in a box? Well, I was like, Ben must think he's in that movie now because that's what kind of a threat he's given me.
But what I'm cooking for him is actually the greatest gift I think any man will be giving to the internet.
And speaking of Kevin Spacey, you guys remember he went through allegations for being with underage girls back in the day? Wait, was it girls or boys? I can't remember the difference, but either way, he went through allegations. But the biggest difference between Kevin Spacey and Ben Dover was Kevin Spacey was acquitted on all charges, and Ben Dover, he was convicted, that piece of shit.
Because he deserves to be off of the internet. But I won't share with him what I'm doing. It's all behind the scenes. But when it will knock on his door, that'll be the last knock that he's going to hear. I absolutely guarantee you that. Because he won't want to be on the internet anymore. That's a promise from King Azoulay. I love you all. Have an amazing Sunday.
And he says, John should be off the internet. I'm going to make sure this asshole gets off the internet, right? Because he doesn't deserve to be. Let me ask you another question, Benny. Who's the one who's a convicted PDF file and now exposed as a real bum living in his mama's basement. You know, you're out there flaunting your fake life, right? Telling all the people you're something you're not. So is it you that needs to be off the internet? Or is it me who exposes the people like you? Let's see in the comments what they have to say. Now, saying that, I'm not here to defame people, all right? Everything I do here, I show in black and white. I do things the legal way. And saying that, I have a mountain of other things, personal things about people. I don't release 90% of the shit I have on them because I don't think they're right. And not just on you, Benny, but others as well. So, Benny, you sitting here crying, threatening me like a little bitch, right? Putting my wife's head in a box even though I don't have one. All that shit is stupid, because instead of getting mad like a little bitch that you are, you should be thanking me for not ever telling everybody else the 90% of the other things I know about you, you asshole. And babe, you know this new studio move? Do you know what kind of a pain in the ass this is? I haven't been able to film a video for days. But you know what else I've been doing for days? Remember this top T shit? Well, it's some crazy shit. Wait until I show you later what it's doing to me. I'm gonna turn you into my sharmuta. Guys, thanks for watching. Please hit like on my video.